What's up? It is your guy, Mark My Words. Coming back to you again, bro. Today we're going to talk about some goal setting and attaining, right? And doing that by using a couple small methods, right? A couple very simple methods. One of the things I like to do is set timers. I like to have a schedule for everything, and I like to record my wins and losses. All right, so we're going to get into that in a minute. So if you like the content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. That lets me know I'm doing the right thing and that it's hitting home. And also, do me a favor and share the episode with somebody, bro. The information does not leave you when you share it with someone, okay? Sometimes we will try to hold on to information as if we're going to forget it once we share it with someone else. And that's actually not what happens, all right? We actually seem to, we seem to internalize the information a little bit better once we relay it. You understand? So if you think I'm lying, read something, a couple sentences, then think about it for 5 minutes, and then say it back to yourself, or write it down and see how much better you remember it, you know what I mean, in the future. So share the episode with somebody, bro. The information is only good if we put each other on, all right? Now, when we set goals, bro, we want to attain goals. I always talk to you about chopping them down into smaller goals, right? Chopping them down. You got to do it in smaller increments. If you're trying to build a house, you will not set a plan out to just do everything in one day or one weekend or over a year. You're going to set it down in small steps. They're going to bring in different people. It's different materials for each phase. There's definitely phases of building that house. Well, you're trying to accomplish a goal, so that's a house, right? So you need to break everything down into smaller steps so that, first of all, you do it correctly, but then also too, you feel some level of achievement as the phases go on, all right? And that makes you feel better, and it helps you get to your goals a little bit quicker. It keeps you going, all right? So one of the main things I like to do, bro, when I'm trying to accomplish something is I set a schedule, right? And now you have to understand something, bro. You're not going to always meet the schedule, right? So you might put in the schedule, okay, 7 days a week, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this goal, right? It's 10 minutes. I'm going to set 10. And you might miss that 10 minute, bro. You might not do it for 3 days. But it's a lot easier to get back on it the fourth day because it's already put in your schedule. So, bro, I'm kind of maniacal with mine. I put a schedule in my phone for something. I mean, it might be as small as taking a 15-minute walk after dinner. I'm going to schedule that. I know I'm going to eat somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock. So at 6, I schedule a walk for 15 minutes, and I'll set an alarm to it so that it goes off on my phone. There's going to be days I forget. There's going to be days I don't want to. But because the alarm goes off, because it's in my schedule, right, I am a lot, and I mean a lot more likely to perform it consistently. And you want consistency, okay? And even when you're not consistent, when you break off for a couple days, so if I don't go on my evening walk for a couple days, I'm more likely to get back to it because it shows up on my schedule every single evening. You understand? So when I set it on my schedule, I put it for every day. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have it there every day than schedule it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You mess around, miss a Friday. Now you've gone from Wednesday to Monday and you didn't take any evening walks for 4 or 5 days. All right? So also one of the major things I do, man, that helps me attain goals in an efficient manner is I set timers. I set a lot of timers, man. A lot of timers throughout my day. I mean, I'm talking about on things you wouldn't think. So if I know I need to be ready to leave in an hour, me and my wife, we got a date planned and we're leaving at 5 o'clock and it's 4. I'm setting a timer for how long I got to get dressed. 30 minutes. Then I know I need to eat. So I need 30 minutes to get something together to eat something proper, all right? I'm setting timers for that, bro, because every time I look at my phone, I see that thing's it's getting closer to, it helps me to not waste time. You understand? When you know you're on the clock, bro, that's why they coined the phrase, you on the clock, because it makes you have a sense of urgency. You understand? So when you set timers along with your schedule, right? Now it's like, dang, I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes to read a couple pages of this book. Bro, when the 30 minutes is up, the 30 minutes is up. But I guarantee if you do it every single day, not only will you accomplish great things right in that 30-minute period, but you will also start to have an internal clock. You'll start to be able to see when that 30 minutes is rolling around, bro. It'll be like clockwork. No pun intended, right? So, along with the timers, along with scheduling, bro, I like to record my wins. I record my wins. Now, right now, currently, I'm just doing it in the morning. That is from the time I wake up till 12 p.m., which is normally, I normally get up when the sun comes up. So, sun goes up. If the sun's coming up at 5:41, bro, because I'm out in nature a lot, I eat a lot of natural foods. I'm in sync with the sun coming up. It just is what it is. So I get up at like 5:41. So from that time till 12 o'clock, I like to record my wins. And that is basically, bro, just on your notepad, on the notes in your phone, I put Monday morning, and I record a W for every time I do something that gets me closer to my goal, right? So for me, let's just say it's the gym. I'm trying to get down to 15% body fat, right? So everything that I do that's going to point towards that goal, I record it as a win. So if I get up on time, that's a win. If I drink my 16 ounces of water, that's a win. When I pray, that's a win, right? Take my creatine, that's a win. Drink my beet juice, that's a win. Write in my journal, that's a win, right? Getting to the gym, stretching out, sauna work, taking a 15-minute walk before I start, priming, getting warmed up. Then every time I do a muscle group, I do full body. So if I do back, I do chest, I do legs, might do some arms. Those are all wins. So what'll happen is by 12 o'clock, bro, I'll look at my little notepad and see, dang, man, I got 12 wins for this morning. I got 15 wins. That means I was productive. Because there are days when you feel like you haven't been productive. You're like, man, it seems like I ain't getting nothing done today. But when you look at your little notepad and see all your wins, all them W's stacked up, you're like, dang, maybe I did get some stuff done. I forgot about that. But we can quickly forget, because you could be productive all the way up to 11 o'clock. You could start having a conversation at 11 o'clock with somebody and it halts your production. So you can get in the mindset of thinking that you haven't been productive. And a lot of times that's not the case, man. A lot of times that's not the case. So I like to record my wins. And bro, I'm telling you, if you put together a pretty tight schedule, right, with minimal gaps, and I mean minimal gaps, and how you fill in your gaps is when there's a gap of a half an hour, when there's a gap of 15, 20 minutes, when there's a gap that you're driving, you're on the road, bro, fill that up with watching videos, with reading a little bit, and it can just be material about the goal you're trying to reach, or just about health and fitness, health and wellness, healthy relationships, perhaps, how to be a better father, whatever that might be. When you start filling in those gaps, you accomplish so much more, right? You accomplish so much more. So you make a tight schedule, filling in all your gaps. Then you set timers, bro. Use your timers. They're going to work for you. I promise you that, bro. And you're going to start seeing that you get a lot more done in short amounts of time. And then also, man, record your wins. If you've had a productive morning where you've met, everything in your schedule, you had 10 things listed in your schedule, and you did them for the exact amount of time that you were supposed to do them, bro, those are wins. Every time it's a win. I'm telling you, you will see your stuff start to accomplish stuff you did not know was possible. That is exactly what will happen. All right? So, tips like this and routines like this, bro, are what successful guys do. That is it, and that is all. They don't have a magic sauce, but they do have these small methods that they use, and they use them every single day. The biggest thing that you'll see with successful men that reach goals quicker than average men is that they're consistent. They're consistent, man. They're consistent. Now, you could be in a spot right now where you're consistent for 3 months, but you fall off. You're consistent for a month, but you fall off. You have problems getting a schedule together. You have problems staying on your schedule. You have problems setting a timer and sticking to it. You're lacking discipline, perhaps, right? You might need some one-on-one attention. If that is the case, go down in the description, book a call with me, bro. We'll get on the line and we'll figure out if we need to establish a relationship to help you get closer to achieving your goals. Now, we might not be a good fit because you might need a nutritionist. You might need a family therapist in your area. You may need a psychologist. If that is the case, bro, I'll help you link up with some people in your area or online that can help you with your specific problem, whatever that might be. All right? But take the first step, book a call with me, and we'll get on the line and talk about it. All right? Now, I always ask you guys, man, share these episodes with someone else, because you might have taken 5 things from what I said and you might apply them to your life, and that's awesome. But bro, your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, your coworker, they might take 5 other things that you didn't, that kind of went over your head or that you're already doing. And then that adds value to their lives, right? It takes 5 seconds to share the episode, man. So do me a favor, share this video with somebody you love, somebody you care about, and tell them, come visit the page. That's all I ask you to do, all right? Now, your time is valuable, bro. So when you spend it with me, I do appreciate it. So I always tell you, I appreciate you spending your time with me. We're going to learn, bro. That's all we're going to do on this page. We're going to learn and get better. So I appreciate you for tuning in with your boy. I'll see you on the next time.